Good morning everybody, Michael here from a sunny South Africa, and just look at how the sun is hitting this chandelier. I've only got a few seconds probably left to make this video because the sun is moving up and it's hitting the chandelier all out, but only because the tree has shed its leaves. So if you don't have a tree that sheds its leaves at this specific time, then you won't be able to get this effect. And it's winter time, but it is so warm in here because this is the way I designed it. I designed it so when the winter comes, the tree will stop and just let the shine through. But if there was leaves on that tree, it wouldn't have been possible. Although you have to also keep in mind that the sun did move from the right hand side over here to the left. So that also makes a bit of a difference. But there's a lot of calculations that goes into something like that in order to get it to work perfectly. Now, let's see. This place is a mess upstairs here. These little kittens are just playing along and the dogs have torn this down again. I will have to find some way to get this on there better. Mother cat over there, and you can see the direction that the sun is coming in. It's hitting right from over there. And the two boys are running and playing. There they go. You can actually feel the building moving as they're running, but you don't hear them. So they are quite quiet, but you can feel it in the building. So let me go and see where they are. There they are. They love to run full speed from the side right through here, cutting the corners really narrow and getting to the other side as quickly as they can. Saggies has sneaked in again, and he is here. So I have to take out their buckets every night. I was so late giving them their food. Well, exactly on the right time. I was late constantly. And I just didn't take out the buckets. But I have to, because that is a problem. If you leave those buckets in there and they run through it and they step on it, it is never the same again. Now it's not in 2 or 3 pieces, but they dent it. And when they dent it, you have to dent it out, and then it cracks. So small little things that I still have to bring in kind of a system to make sure that I can take care of those buckets even when I take them out. So that can make a big difference on how stressful it becomes when you're looking after animals like this. Little Miss Sassy Pants over here, she is very cute and she loves this thing. Still haven't moved it, still deciding where's the better place for it and if there is a better place for it, because it is doing absolutely great over here. The mother cat, she's busy playing with the broom. Dressed for winter that doesn't want to come, and I'm glad about that, because when the winter is here, so many things changes. Although you can feel how the cool air, but still there's warm air coming in from the north constantly, and if the force of it is strong enough, those cold fronts just get pushed east and they're gone. So we're hoping for constant flow of warm air from the north. That will really make this winter perfect. Well, yes, we do need a little cold now and then just to make sure all species and things that lives are calibrated again, because yeah, sometimes you don't really want a bunch of flies around during the winter time, or mosquitoes. And everything works out perfectly fine, but don't try and change the position of the sun. That is something you accept, and the position of the moon, and the rate that we are turning at. Those little things are very important. I don't think people realize how important that is, because everything that we have in the world has adapted those fixed positions, and all the calculations are working according to that. So if you want to go for a swim in the summer. Don't go in the winter. That's what kind of changes I'm talking about. Don't try and make those. Accept what it is and plan for what it is. Because if you're going to plan to have, well, a party outside at night in these times or this part of the year, you're going to get a lot of sick people the next morning. That's what's going to happen. You have to make sure that you keep in mind the main things that is occurring. These boys are dressed for the winter. They don't really get affected. They can take it. And I remember when Enzo used to sleep upstairs next to me every night. And Enzo had this thing. He was holding my hand and I was holding his claw. And I locked my fingers into his feet every night when we were sleeping. And I held his hand while we were sleeping. It was amazing. And the heat that is in those fingertips of his, in that claw, you can't describe it to someone. They generate a lot of heat. And I guess they don't really generate more than anything else, but they've got that fur coat to keep the heat in. So the heat exchange is just not the same as with a normal person or other animal. They do have a lot of heat and they've got it inside of them. And that fur is just isolating it from the rest of the world. So I think the tiger's temperature are much more controlled. They won't just lose so much of it when it's cold. And that's why they can swim throughout the year. But yep, these boys, I think once all these leaves are out, I'm gonna fill that pool up a little higher and then we'll see them swim. Diego there with his dove again, always there with the dove. And he's so used to him, and there's no way that he wants to catch them. Although they better watch it, because he can change his mind at any moment. All the cats are outside playing. Well, not all of them yet, but they are coming around. Here they are. Friendliest cat in the world. She is actually such a perfect cat. Wherever I go, she follows me. If I go to the other house where we've got the monkeys and where my workshop are, she is there and she is so friendly all the time. She does not change her mind. And these two are having a little bit of a cat fight. They are fighting for position, because these are mother cats that both live at the same place after their little ones were raised. The little ones gets along, and just look at that little one over there. This cat is so cute. I've had a lot of suggestions for names, but we're just taking a break. We'll find the right name for her. All the names that you guys have given are amazing and they all suit her, but let's just give it another week or so. We'll find the right one. Make suggestions. I'm not going to promise that we'll take every suggestion, but maybe I should put everything in a hat and pull one. So that will be the right thing, I think, to do. Let's put names together. I'll put it in a hat and I'll pull one. And that's what we're going to call her. Because I think we need to leave her name up to chance. And yeah, let's see what happens from there. Well, that's it. These boys are walking it off. Look at that big stomach area of Diego. I have been feeding them a little bit too much, probably again. But I put them on a diet today again. And tomorrow they can have more. So I'm controlling them. But yeah, when they look at you at night and they are so, I won't say hungry, but they are so looking forward to their meal, it's not easy to give them just a little bit. They want to have enough. But it's funny to see Diego doing the walking. I think he realized what Enzo showed him. He needs to start walking. And he does for the last week. Well, thanks for watching. On that note, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.